All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling with Toxicity. I am, of course, Super Beard Vince Hoover, and my camera is frozen the second I go live, which is awesome. Yay me.
Yay.
Joined as always by my co-host Super Bro, aka the Book of Jason Hoover. Let me fix my camera,
What up?
guys. NXT is beginning. We are ready to go. And we got a lot to talk about as soon as I can fix my effing camera.
Yeah, you had a similar issue last week too.
Currently, NXT is doing a No Mercy recap, which we will do as well. Because it was one
Amazing.
hell of a pay-per-view. NXT has very quickly, to me, become the best wrestling show in television. Period.
Like legit, reminds me of the old days when NXT was on Peacock and the streaming service and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just don't think I don't think the main roster's beating it. I don't think AEW's beating it. I don't think Impact beating it. Although up until recent memory of about 6 months or so, Impact was right up there. When they started bringing back all the old heads and going this route they went around the Aces and Eights and Main Event Mafia era, when Impact was at its worst, unfortunately. Like, you had these groups that should have been great, and instead you had, you know, Impact's worst era. But
Yeah.
and they're kind of going back to that, unfortunately. But I think NXT is, to me, hands down the best wrestling product on television right now.
It's got great story. It's got great competition. The matches are amazing. I mean, for as much as we've watched wrestling, and we've been watching it an extremely long time, yes, we can notice a few of the minor hiccups and bumps and stuff like that. But they're so minute, it doesn't really matter, you know?
Well, I also think that's something that NXT kind of has a bit more give in, because it is the rookies, for lack of a better term. It is, you know, the younger guard, the new guard. So you kind of anticipate errors and mistakes, and you're more forgiving of it with NXT. I think just inherently, subconsciously. But even then, they're still few and far between.
Yes.
By the way, did you see a picture of Becky's injury?
Yes, I did. Oh my god.
Oh, it was gross. Sliced her on the under part of her arm open so bad you could see the muscle.
Yeah.
And it was a razor. It was a trash can. It was a razor split, like the steel from it. Because when they did the trash can bit, it was at the part where the metal, where it's brought around and put together, and part of it curled up, and it was just like a razor slit. So the skin went. It just popped, like, you know, if you have a balloon around an ice cube and you slice the balloon and it goes, whoop? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And so she'll be out for, like, she won't be able to compete for a little bit, which is why we didn't get the Tegan Nox Becky Lynch NXT title match last night.
I think so. Monday night, I think with that situation, I think Michael Cole said the wrong phrase. Like, I don't think he should have said Becky's scouting future #1 contenders in NXT today. I think he should have said something like she's scouting the future of the women's division.
She said it.
Whoever said it. I didn't watch Raw. I just got recaps here and there.
Yeah, but specifically, she said it to Indy Hartwell.
Yeah.
So that's big.
Wait, that is huge. Because Indy never actually lost the belt. And I honestly, the way they sent Indy out of NXT that way with Dexter Loomis carrying her, even though she had the hurt foot and something like that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Simply amazing. Becky cut the promo.
Can you hear my TV?
No.
I'll let her talk.
Hmm. I love my cats. No, I cannot hear your TV.
Okay, good. So we'll get, at the first commercial break, we'll get into the big story of the week.
Yep.
But I also want to talk about No Mercy and NXT. Also, USA is not setting the best example right now for being the sole home of WWE. Is what they did last night, cutting off the show early after starting almost a minute late.
Yeah. And quite literally, they cut off the program right as Johnny and Tommaso were going to hit that move.
Yeah. For some reason, a lot of people are blaming WWE for that one, and I don't understand why. They don't cut the feed.
No.
She's not forgetting about Tegan Knox. That's good.
Good.
Oh, the women's breakout tournament starts today, doesn't it?
I believe so.
That should be good.
Looking good.
Fuck dom fuck shit fuck dom fuck dick balls horse shit fuck y'all.
Well, hello to you too, Tommy.
It's good to see you, Tommy.
So Lyra Valkyrie is giving one of those great speeches.
Here's your here's your flowers.
Well, it's one of those you inspired me to be here. Da, da, da. I'm sure we're gonna get some kind of fatal 4-way or some kind of tournament or something.
Oh, did I mention fuck dom fuck and oh yeah fuck.
You might have once or twice.
I think so, sir. I think so.
Speaking of, Dom gets his rematch tonight against Trick, and Rhea Ripley told him if he doesn't win the title back, don't bother coming home.
Well, also members of Judgment Day are going to be there.
Well, more specifically, JD McDonough, who is not actually a member of Judgment Day, but they're really pushing this divide with Damian Priest, and I have a feeling he's going to be splitting off from Judgment Day. Whenever they lose the tag titles.
Yeah. This is going to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
I swear to Buddha, if this sorry sack of shit Dom beats Trick Williams, well, I don't really care for Trick anyways, but yeah, fuck Dom. Rhea will be singing na 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 hey 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 goodbye.
Well, Tommy, now that we have your opinion on the situation.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about this match coming up. It feels like it'd be a really bullshit move to pull it off a Trick 2 days later or 3 days later. You know what I mean?
Yes, but if they do it right with interference on a Judgment Day, they keep Trick looking strong.
I know. Well, I know that the whole theory out there is that Carmelo will try to help and accidentally screw over Trick, thus setting up their feud. I don't like the idea of taking it off of him 3 days later. I'd rather see Carmelo go after him for the title.
Yeah. In a way, but in another way, I'm like, why would Carmelo go down a title and not just go after Dragunov again?
Well, he'll do that first, but then he'll be pissed that Trick has a title and he doesn't, and it'll start their feud, and the
title
and the title will almost be secondary in the feud.
Yeah, it'll be title envy that turns into competitor envy.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, we do have 3 baby faces in there with Bex.
Technically, yeah.
All right, triple threat for her next competitor. Also, Jason, I thought you were dressed as a gnome, or however you spell it earlier. I had to look again.
Thanks, Tommy.
I thought he was coming to deal blackjack, but oh, it's an ad. To start, Kaylani Jordan is my pick for the breakout, but
yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. When Jason came back with that outfit on, I thought he was coming to deal blackjack on a steamboat.
Thanks. Nope, tag match. This is a revenge from the Heritage Cup.
Also, the reunion. It's not a tag match.
It should have been.
Well, it says tag team, but the way the name came up said Butch with Tyler Bate.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So while we're on commercial, we'll go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, as it were. Edge, aka Adam Copeland, is now All Elite.
Yes.
And the wrestling world is divided.
Yeah. Why, I don't know, but they are.
AJ dropping some knowledge in the chat that the you think you know me, that is in the entrance of his song, which it is still Metalingus, because Alter Bridge never sold the rights permanently to WWE, and they are good friends with Edge, so he's allowed to use his music, or Adam Copeland now. It is his wife Beth Phoenix doing that for him, which is really cool. Again, the IWC is divided and as toxic as ever. We have people calling for his Hall of Fame induction to be rescinded because he's not. But don't you think if there's an AEW Hall of Fame, Cody's one of the first people to go in?
Yeah.
Don't you think that, like, nobody had an issue with Jade Cargill signing with WWE? Well, AEW fans did, the toxic AEW fans. The tribalism is beyond ridiculous. Edge put out a very long 4-part tweet talking about it, talking about his love for WWE, and it will never go away, and he will always love them, and they'll always hold a big place in his heart. But his career had become stagnant there. They had nothing for him, and what he wanted to do, they weren't willing to let him do.
Yep.
So it was time to move on, and now he gets to try something new. He gets to have dream matches that he never thought he could have. He gets to, which, funny enough, the people who were trying to defend it, hey, Cal, how's it going, brother? The people that were trying to defended it in the weirdest way, saying, well, now he can wrestle Bryan Danielson. Now he can wrestle Claudio Castagnoli. Now he can wrestle Jericho. It's like, now he can wrestle Jon Moxley. Like, why are you only naming former WWE guys that he's already wrestled?
Right. Dude, I wouldn't.
Why are you not mentioning everybody else?
Omega.
That's weird to me, but whatever.
Yeah. Like, I want to see Copeland versus Omega. I want to see it.
I don't know if that'll happen or not, but it depends on if they get Omega to go heel again. Because I think Edge is going to stay. I think Adam's going to stay face. So, because I don't think he's going to be in AEW for like 5 years or whatever. Because he had already talked about retiring. He'd already talked about retiring last year on his own. Like, he'd been talking about retiring.
Like, legitimately, I see 2 years max.
2, maybe 3, depending. Hopefully, he doesn't get injured at all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that has been something that's happened a lot lately. But that comes with age. Edge never wrestled Moxley. Edge was retired when the Shield debuted.
I'll have to do some research on that, but
yeah, he might be right. I'm trying to remember the year that Shield debuted.
AJ, I'm not questioning you. I just want to get secondary backup.
But, like, I just don't understand, like, why people are pissed that Edge is in AEW now. Was it weird to see? Yeah. But his almost entire career, there was nowhere else to go. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He had I think he had 1 or 2 matches in WCW right before they folded. As, like, enhancement talent or whatever.
I mean, he could have followed Christian over to Impact and stuff like that, but it would have foreshadowed Christian.
Yes. And Edge was at the top of his game at that time.
Right. He's not going anywhere. Then they would have, the amount of money they would have, like, dump trucked on him.
And then his injury,
Mm-hmm.
And Edge wasn't gonna like go to New Japan or anything like that. That's not his style. I mean, there really wasn't much for him out there. Like, there really was no competition. Now there's competition. Now there's somewhere to hit to and why not? He has his second lease on his career. Why not go to the competition? Edge retired 2011. Shield debuted November 2012. Okay.
All right. Okay, so Moxley is one of the few, but he's had matches with Bryan already. You know, he's had matches.
I mean, hell, I was at the WrestleMania when it was him versus Bryan Danielson versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And my camera froze again. Son of a bitch.
What is causing that?
I have no idea.
AJ, once again, thank you very much for the information and keeping us in line about the facts.
Oh, excuse me. I might need to get a better USB extension cord.
Maybe.
We have a British strong style reunion with Tyler Bates and Butch going against Gallus.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy has been
all NXT
Matt Hardy
UK match.
Yeah. Matt Hardy's been tweeting along with Edge. Well, those two, like, they buried the hatchet a long time ago. Time ago. Decades ago. I mean, hell, remember that was that table for 3?
Yeah.
Edge, Christian, and Matt Hardy. By the way, real quickly, let's get it out of the way. Yes, I saw the video where Jeff Hardy nearly got in a fight with some dude at Walmart. Dude was trying to talk about being a retired firefighter and BJJ black belt. And who do you think you are? You're just some tatted asshole. Not realizing it was Jeff fucking Hardy. Who, by the way, the guy, jumps off 20-foot ladders for a fucking living. That was weird. And apparently the guy started it. Yeah. I don't know exactly how it started, but it wasn't Jeff that started it. From all accounts, Jeff was not belligerent or under the influence of anything, which is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
He was just standing up for himself. And I don't know, anybody threatens me, I'm going to stand up for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, that's something else. Like, there's a lot of people, like, my hope is that obviously they're going to do something with him and Christian in AEW. But I hope that's not a long feud, and I hope they very quickly move him on to other people.
Yeah.
People he's not worked with. People he's not familiar. Like, put him in situations with people we never thought he'd wrestled, not people he's already wrestled. I'd like to see Edge, hell, I mean, give me Edge versus MJF at some point, but I also don't want to see Edge competing for a title. I mean, I know he'd probably want to win a title while he's there, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to add to his resume and stuff like that, but that's all it is. It's just a little checkmark on the resume.
Honestly, as much as Christian has done the low blows about single mothers and all that stuff, I think him and Adam are far too close. And he was far too close with Adam's mom to go that low. Even if Adam suggested it for heat, I don't know if Jay would do it.
I don't think so.
Now, again, I used to be friends with Adam and Jay years back. I unfortunately haven't spoken to them in over a decade. But knowing how close they were even then and have stayed that way, I just don't see that. I don't think he'd go that low. Mm-hmm. God, I hope not.
I'm just excited to see what he wants to do. You know, because Tony's going to let him pretty much do what he wants to do.
Oh, I'm sure he has almost full creative control.
Yeah. And knowing Edge the way we do, I can honestly see him going to some of the younger talent and going, hey, get in the ring with me. Let's see what you got.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's all about that. Like, I could see, like, because now that we also, Nick Wayne turned on Darby Allin last night, or, yeah, 2 nights ago, as part of that whole deal. I could see him in a feud with Nick Wayne. I don't understand. Like, I hope he doesn't attach himself to Darby Allin like Sting has. Like, I don't understand that. I don't like Darby Allin, not as a wrestler and not as a person. I just don't understand the attaching legends. Again, I think Darby Allin's career would just about be over if he hadn't been put with Sting.
Agreed.
I don't want Edge getting stuck in that. I want to see Edge and Christian team up against the Young Bucks. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work to redeem Christian to go back to babyface, which is proof that he is a great heel.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, my camera froze again.
There you go.
But like, again, it's gonna take a lot to redeem him, which again is the mark of a good heel. But I do want to see an Edge and Christian team up before they both retire, like that. And that's, like, to me, the greatest thing to come out of that's the greatest thing to come out of this.
Yeah.
Still here.
Gallus is in control right now of this match. Honestly, I agree completely with Vince. Oh, there you are. You're back.
I don't know why he keeps doing that, but whatever. All right.
But yes, Christian has turned himself into the second most hated heel in professional wrestling.
Yeah. I do find it interesting that he is the Rated R superstar there. That tells me that Adam owned the copyright to that and not WWE.
WWE didn't renew it.
Oh, that was stupid.
Yeah. It's the same thing they did with Malachi Black. They didn't change the contract over from when he left NXT, when Malachi Black came up to the main roster. So, I mean, I honestly believe with all this Vince stuff going on and stuff like that, it got lost in the shuffle, and people were thinking, "Oh, it's Edge. He's a WWE lifer," so they didn't even worry about it.
Yeah. They haven't renewed it since 2020. Damn. Now, like, a downside to this is that in WWE 2K24 we won't have Edge at all. Also, I don't think we'll get him in Fight Forever 2 because I don't think there's going to be a Fight Forever 2 because that game has not worked. It's not sold well. Big. It's not done well. I mean, maybe they'll give it one more chance, but I'm sure they spent a ton of money getting that set up.
I mean, they tried to go big, and it just didn't work. I've watched a lot of different gameplays of it, and just not my style.
I don't know if necessarily they tried to go big. I just think they tried to do something that's hard to do from scratch. Like, they didn't go with a massive company that does this kind of stuff. Like WWE, when they switched over to the 2K
2K.
series,
Mm-hmm.
it made a huge difference, both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Both good and bad. We all remember WWE 2K20.
Yeah.
British Strong Style wins. But wrestling math 3-on-2. Dallas is now beating up Tyler Bate. But who's coming out? Oh, somebody else. It's Ridge Holland!
Nice.
Back from injury.
Good.
I like Ridge Holland. I know a lot of people want him fired because he's sloppy or whatever.
Whoa. It was a mistake.
I think the guy got, well, he's had a couple, but like, I think one, as Big E has put it, he's more at fault than Ridge Holland was because he didn't jump enough and get himself over.
Right.
And when you do a belly to belly like that, yes, you need to pop your hips, but it's on the person taking the move to get over and rotate. And Big E didn't do that. As far as other stuff, he got kind of like pushed to the main roster way too early.
I agree with that.
Ridge really hadn't done much of anything on the main on in NXT before getting called up. Vince McMahon just saw a big dude and liked him and brought him up. So
that was so good on ELO.
Yeah,
that
ELO with the title.
Was so good on Dragunov. Folks, we're still deciding whether or not we want to do a watch along or a Twitch or a TikTok thing for Fastlane. Yeah, that was a rumor.
Actually, so what I read from Fightful Select was that he wasn't supposed to win Saturday, but that program was supposed to continue, and he would eventually win it.
Mm-hmm.
And that Shawn Michaels had a year's worth of planning with Mustafa Ali, but he wasn't supposed to win. Dom was supposed to retain Saturday against Ali. So that's why I'm also scared that Dom's going to get it back today, which bothers me.
Yeah.
And that shit's got to stop. I realize that, you know, the corporate overlords have the ability to hire and fire whoever they want. They need to communicate with everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they had Fightful was always talking about that Shawn had storyline for Dana too. You know.
Yeah.
And the main reason that I've heard that's been given is that they were making main roster money and not working on the main roster.
Your backdrop is falling.
Yes, I have cats that are deciding to play.
Oh, okay.
But as you brought up last week or during the pay-per-view, yes, Baron Corbin is NXT and making main roster money. Becky Lynch is working NXT and the main roster, but making main roster money. So
Dom, main roster money.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta think with Dom, he's making the low end.
I don't think he's making that low.
No, I mean, I'm not saying
he's part of the second biggest faction in the company, and there's an argument that the Judgment Day is bigger than the Bloodline now.
Now, I completely agree with that.
So he's part of the biggest faction. He is the biggest heel in all of wrestling. I'm sure that man got a pay raise. If not, he about to.
Mm-hmm. My thing is, I noticed it on Monday Night Raw, the playbacks and stuff like that. Yes, the crowd is extremely loud when Dom talks, but they also lower his mic. It was noticeable.
I don't think they do.
Oh no! If you watch back the clip where they're talking to Jey Uso at the beginning of Raw, it's noticeable that his mic's lower than everybody else's.
I don't know. I've never noticed that. I usually pay attention to that kind of stuff. The only thing I would think is that they might mic up the crowd a little bit. But yeah, he is hated. Hated.
Speaking of that segment where Jey Uso was talking to Rhea and Dom and stuff like that, the line he pulled out of, "Oh, looks like Monday Night Raw's got a new tribal chief, and she's got bigger balls than Roman Reigns ever had." That was a great line.
He was risen up. He was risen up, mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Riddle won't be in WWE 2K24 either. Oh yeah, no, he won't.
Oh no. Out of all the releases, honestly, I'm least upset about Riddle.
I'm upset over it. But it's I don't think it was a bad firing though. Like I understand the reasoning behind it. Like his to me makes the most sense.
Yeah.
His to me makes the most sense. He's got a lot of trouble going on. You know, they've had him in rehab. They've tried things for him. Riddle needs professional help. Like that whole like he was sexually assaulted by TSA agents thing was very weird.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff with his ex-wife and everything else, but
yeah. And yes, Ziggler's the one that.
Well, I mean, he would have been if he hadn't been fired. I'm sure he would have stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's somebody that could also go to AEW and make it. Honestly, he could go to AEW and make a bigger impact than Edge in the long run. I believe so. Because he is somebody who can still go at his age with the absolute best long term.
Mm-hmm.
He has been old and undersold for years. Arguably the greatest seller in the business, too.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to do the Carmelo rematch at Halloween Havoc.
Possibly night 2. If Becky's touting night 1.
AJ says, I want him and his brother to team up at AEW. I don't think that'll happen, if at least not for a while, because Ziggler coming in, you get it's instant face pop.
Yeah.
And his brother is just a hated douche. And so it would be weird, but it would be really good for his brother. But I also don't want to see Dolph Ziggler in a tag team. I would dare say I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler as AEW World Champion.
I can see that. I want the promo battles between MJF and Dolph.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Trick's coming out. And you want to talk about over? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Just about everybody has a whoop that trick sign. I am so scared they're going to take the title off of him, and I want him to have a halfway decent run, man.
Yeah. How short is Dragunov?
Well, I think Trick is like 6'4". Maybe even 6'5". Yeah, he's 6'4". Says Elias 5'10".
So he's as tall as we are.
Yeah, this split's happening.
Oh, it's getting there.
No, you can't say somebody's name too many times. It's like Beetlejuice in wrestling.
It really is.
Yeah, see how loud it is in there? And his mic is not
Yeah.
lower than theirs.
No, I think it was just a Monday Night Raw thing.
I don't know. He's so good. Honestly, I love Mello. I think Mello's a made man. But I think Trick is very quickly starting to overshadow him in every aspect.
I honestly think for Mello's sake, he needs to go up to the main roster, or he's going to fall into the shadows.
I think the feud between two of them will be good if you keep it short and then move them up. Yeah, Rocky, you're never late. You're right on time.
Every time. Oh.
Do you think we see the debut of Brian Pillman Jr. tonight? I believe that's happening, and I believe that was actually spoiled by USA Network.
Yeah.
In their description of the show. Oh, they're doing the triple threat already. I thought that would have been at least right. I thought it would have been, if not the main event, before it. I'm pretty sure the Trick Williams Dominic match will be main event, but
well, I can see them putting it on them now to give them as much time as they need.
Maybe. Still got the breakout tournament too. I think you're getting 2 matches tonight.
So there's gonna be 3 female matches tonight.
At least.
You realize that many female matches is as many as AEW puts on an entire week.
Yeah. Although I do appreciate the catchphrase they've given to Chris Statlander in that Julia Hart story about she defeated the undefeated. So they're not ignoring Jade Cargill's time there, which I think is smart, but also not calling her out by name.
Yeah.
I know
hey guys, you like my hat?
I know it's weird. What? The whole Flex Seal thing, like in those commercials and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you could legit make a boat out of just a metal wire frame and then Flex Seal tape, that boat would be light as shit.
Yeah.
You have to be careful not to flip that bitch by pressing it up.
Yeah.
Gas it up. That front end just.
You like the hat? Guess what? We got this and a bunch of other stuff at our merch store.
Oh, also the new recipes for this week's the Geeky Kitchen are up. We are in October. It is spooky season. That means it is the Ghostbusters cookbook, and I could not be more excited. This book looks like a ton of fun. This first week will be a fairly kind of simple go at it. But it's just going to be a ton of fun. A lot of cute, fun recipe ideas. And I'm starting to get more and more recipes together to do those YouTube videos of TikTok recipes. If you see anything on TikTok that you think is interesting or weird and it's a recipe, send it to me. My socials are on the screen or in my link trees.
Did you get the one that I sent you?
I think so. I think I have it, yeah. I'll double check later.
So something I found interesting. I listened to like What Culture, Simon Miller, Wrestle Talk, um, Fightful, Steven Larson. I'll listen to all of them from one of them at work and stuff like that, just so I can have something to listen to while I'm driving. And absolutely every single person is talking about how amazing Tiffany was.
Oh yeah, match. She was phenomenal. She really stepped it up and
like no one has said anything bad about her performance at all.
Why is there all this smoke underneath the ring? It's been there the entire show.
I have no idea. I tell you right now why there's smoke in Florida and all over the United States right now. It's because the Canadian wildfires.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that that's come all the way down here. And what's crazier is that if you look at the map of like the bad air and like the air warnings, it's further south than northern. Like it's like below me. Like mine isn't great, but we're better than south. Like it's weird that it went past us, kind of like looped around in a weird way.
Yeah, I work in Orlando around Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld and stuff like that as a bus driver, and it was all day long. It was this thick smoke. It wasn't even fog. It was just flat out smoke.
I really have no idea who they're gonna have win this.
I don't think it's gonna be Indy.
I don't know, because my thought as of yesterday was that it was going to be Indy with that whole segment that her and Becky had. And she never got to she was never defeated for her title.
Nope.
And while like the tag team division, they got to take their titles up, she didn't.
Yeah. Well, she was hurt. Hurt.
That's true.
That's the only difference.
This is a very well done triple threat. They started off the match with the typical "we'll get rid of one person" thing.
Yeah.
But that didn't last long. It wasn't like she was out there for 5 minutes, and they've done a really good job of going around. See, there's Becky kind of endorsing Indy too, doing a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know who's going to win this. Because, the idea of Roxanne Perez versus Becky excites the ever-loving shit out of me.
Honestly, all three of them. Any of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, while Lyra, to me, is, of the three, my least favorite choice, it's like...
Yeah.
It's like getting a bag full of nothing but pink Starburst, and then there's one, orange in there.
Yeah.
It's still very good. It's just not the strawberry. But there's that hometown feel, the Irish-born who was inspired by Becky to train and become a wrestler, and now they're, there. So, I don't know, man. And of course, I've always been a huge Roxanne Perez fan. I think she's got a very long career ahead of her. I think she's already ready for the main roster. I think the only reason she's not there is because of her age.
Honestly, as long as they don't screw with her gimmick and stuff like that on the main roster like they used to do to bringing up people, I honestly think she can go a long, long, long time.
See, I'd like to see, you got Nia Jax back, right? And they're trying to make her a dominant monster. Mm-hmm. Make her a dominant monster. Don't have her win the title or anything, but make her a dominant monster, never lose, whatever, since coming back. Call up Roxanne Perez and have Roxanne beat her, Dave and Goliath style.
That'd be a great match. By the way, do you think there's gonna be a fatal four-way for between Rhea, Raquel, Nia, and Shayna?
Possibly.
I don't know what it is about Valkyrie. I really like Valkyrie. She's a great performer. She works really well. There's just something a little bit off about the character,
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too gimmicky, and then that's not played up inside the ring. Her, if you see all her vignettes and everything, it's all very kind of Norse witchy kind of vibes.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing that comes of that once she's in the ring. Or even in the building. So this new Chucky series is going to take place in the White House? All right.
I haven't watched any of it.
I didn't watch the first season. Chucky movies to me, they're meant to be B-movie horror fun, and trying to add so much narrative and make them serious. Don't do that.
I love that leg sweep thing she does to float over pinning combination.
The Russian leg sweep into a pin, yeah.
Yeah.
Why that wasn't done more often, I have no idea.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Will?
Mr. Gray, how are you?
Watching a little NXT, talking wrestling. Ooh, excuse me.
Hey, Will, quick question about your opinion on the debut of Adam Copeland in AEW. Give you some time to type.
Ooh.
Agreed. Yes, Mr. Copeland has paid his dues to do whatever he wants, and as a fan, yes, I am also excited to see what he does.
Yeah, the tribalism doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, would you rather he retire? Like, I'm happy to see him back, and now we get matches we never thought we'd ever see. Same thing we're gonna get with Jade Cargill coming to NXT or WWE. We're gonna get matches we never thought we'd see. Same thing
Bianca
with
versus
hell with
Jade.
Cody coming back to WWE. Like, no matter where they go, you're going to get new matches, new experiences. You should just be excited.
Be excited for the possibilities of what can be, and
It's
celebrate what was.
honestly what this is. It's just further proof of the toxicity in the IWC.
Mm-hmm.
That this small vocal minority is so loud, and that's all people can hear. You know, you've got your your tribalists, your gaslighters, your narcissists. They all exist. Your liars, like they're all there, but they're just a small part of the community. However, thanks to social media, they are so loud. They've always existed. Let's make
Oh
that
yeah.
clear. But for years before the internet, unless you knew them personally, you didn't know them.
Mm-hmm.
In the early days of the internet, you had to go down, crazy chat rooms and forums to find these toxic people. But I remember being part of flindies.com where we would post all our matches and stuff. And there were
Yeah.
toxic people there. Hell, one of the guys that ran the website was Joey Ryan, if that tells you anything.
There you go.
Um, so like, there's always been toxic fans. There's always been the gaslighters, the narcissists, the liars, the manipulators, the people who are only in it for themselves, the people who gatekeep like there's no tomorrow. And now we have tribalism once again. We had tribalism back in the WCW WWE days. Like, there were
Mm-hmm.
legit fights at schools
Yes.
over liking one or the other.
At our school, as a matter of fact, there was a couple of them.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this Becky Valkyrie match.
I don't want it to be a triple threat. I want Tegan Knox to get a one-on-one. But give me Becky Lynch on both nights. Why not? You're gonna get 2 weeks of Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
Why not? Oh no, she's facing her on Monday Night Raw.
Right.
Braun Breaker sowing the seeds more.
Mm-hmm.
There's another women's match tonight too.
Ladies' night at NXT. I'm honestly trying to think. Is there any guys matches?
Well, we had Gallows versus British Strong Style.
Okay. Okay, so 1.
We got Dom versus Trick for the main event.
2. Let's see if there's any others.
Well, they're doing the women's breakout tournament, so they're focusing a little bit more on the women. I think NXT,
Which is not.
Part of why I think they have the best wrestling program on television right now is because I think they treat their women's division very well.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we find it odd that there's going to be a women's night because there's more women's matches than men matches is crazy. And if everybody else, WWE included, if everybody else treated their women's division with more respect, this wouldn't even be a thought in our heads. It would just be another day of wrestling.
Mm.
By the way, I'd like to call full bullshit on those Cascade Platinum Plus.
Saying a good night to the fam.
No worries.
So what were you saying when I walked away?
I was talking about those Cascade Platinum Plus pods. I was going to call bullshit on them. They suck.
Okay.
Oh, I think I can. I hope Nate doesn't kill me, but I'm pretty sure I can talk about what that project was we were working on now.
I'd wait.
Well, he posted a video with it. That's why I'm saying I think I can talk about it now. He posted a video on all socials.
Oh, I saw the. Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that video. That's you.
Well, I didn't do that video.
Okay, because I saw some stuff on YouTube.
But the song on that video, I created a new entrance video for him with his new song, and that was the project I was working on.
Nice.
And I had done the one he had prior. I did that for him a couple, before I went to Houston. Unfortunately, he got injured, so he only got to use it a couple times. I never got to see it because he was injured before I got there, and I didn't get to see him wrestle. But now he's making his long-awaited return this coming Saturday at Texas All-Star Pro Wrestling. The King is returning, and with a brand new entrance theme and entrance video that I did for him, including the fact that the violence rated E for everyone, similar to how Beth Phoenix is You Think You Know Me's voice on Edge's song, I am the voice of violence rated E for everyone on his video.
Nice.
So I get to live in immortality on his entrance music.
Folks, if you want to join us in our conversations and you get updated on what recipes we're doing, look, it's Discord. Join it. We like it.
If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can go to our link trees and our socials, and you'll find the link to Discord there as well. And we are currently entering. We are currently entering the final hour of NXT. A week before Halloween Havoc is a 2-week event this year, which is pretty cool. We're now going to get Blair Davenport versus Gigi Dolan. I don't know if we'll get a winner in this. This may just fall apart.
Maybe.
And then at Halloween Havoc on one of those nights, they'll probably do some kind of gimmick match.
I actually like what they've been doing with Halloween Havoc the last few years. It's like the wheel, spin the wheel, make a deal.
Again, now there's a shit ton of smoke. What the hell is going on?
Is it preparing for Pillman Jr. to show up?
That's got to be dangerous. Like, they can't see. I hope there is some explanation for. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, good God.
Why is my phone being stupid? Oh my gosh.
Larry's literally working over her back.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if y'all didn't see it, I went ahead and, like, we weren't able to do the Geeky Kitchen last week. I went ahead and made those recipes and put a video up on Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. The Mad Titan Burger with the Infinity Toppings and America's Ass Pie.
Both looked really good.
Burger was delicious because I used bison. It was a Mad Titan bison burger. It's expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's like $9 a pound on a good day. But if you ever had the chance to splurge, fucking do it, man. Nothing beats a bison burger, bro. Oh my God, it's so good. Crazy enough, I learned about it at Cabela's. I was at Cabela's up in Seattle.
Yeah.
And we went to their diner area, which is like a little, it's like a little just order your food, little burger place. They have, what other stuff. Nothing fancy. But they had bison and elk and whatnot. So, my now ex got an elk burger and I got a bison burger. We cut them in half and split them. And elk is good too, but man, nothing beats bison. Oh, so good. And what's crazy is they cook, like, ideally when you cook burgers, you want 80-20 ground beef because you got to have that fat content to help hold it together and everything else. Bison is leaner. It's closer to 90-10, maybe even 93-7, but it holds together like 80-20. So you get this rich food that doesn't shrink down, and it's a big, thick patty. I made third-pound burgers, and if you saw the pictures, they look like half-pound burgers. Oh, Gigi stole it. That's one way to do it. You can keep it going because she stole it.
Yeah, they'll have a match of Halloween Havoc. And there's a fight.
Yeah. Ooh. Roxanne versus Asuka next week. That's gonna be good.
Can we say main roster test?
Well, think about like what she went through with crap. The Miko.
Yeah.
When she ended up having to relinquish the title because she ended up like passing out after the match.
Yep.
So I don't know how this plays out though, because Asuka is in a weird position right now.
Yeah.
Because she's not like, I guess she's supposed to be heel, but she's not. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, give me Roxanne versus Asuka all day long.
Oh yeah, that'll be amazing. Hey, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown writers for the women's division, please take notes from NXT because they're doing it a hell of a lot better than you are right now.
I think every wrestling promotion should take notes from NXT's writers and producers for the women's division.
Yep. I the only one I will say that may not need to take as many notes is Impact.
No, they need to take notes. Speaking of, I need to see about that. I mean, it hasn't spread or anything. During the trip to Houston, a pebble at some point hit my windshield. It's on the driver's side, but it's like right on the edge, and it didn't like splinter. It's just a little, where the impact is.
Oh, I had one of those on mine, and I had used Safe Flight to do it.
Yeah, it hasn't spread or anything, so I've not really paid too much attention to it. But I do know eventually I do got to take care of it.
It was like it wasn't that expensive. Mine's about the size of a quarter, and they just put resin on it and let it harden and stuff like that. And
mine's not even the size of a dime. Mine's not even the size of a dime.
It's better to get it done now, though.
Yeah, it's better to take care of it. It's better to take care of it, but I just haven't. Jesus, Uncle Jim, why are you yelling? I don't know if you have this chooseultimate.com commercial.
No. Not yet. I've got the
woman is sitting there eating. Woman's sitting there eating pie, and she goes, "Oh, this pie is delicious, Uncle Jim." Thank you. It's like, holy shit, dude, calm the fuck down.
No, I've now got the Chucky commercial.
Now that they're in the final episode, I'll go ahead and watch it. I'm getting tired of episodic TV and waiting a week to see what I want to see. So now that it's in the final event, I will watch the Continental finally. The other thing I want to watch is I didn't even know it was out. Was the Boys spinoff show?
Oh, the high school one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to check that one out yet.
I didn't even know it was out, and then I saw clips on TikTok. I'm like, what the fuck? And our first match in the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament.
All right, as they come out, make your pick.
Former Bellator MMA fighter. Danny Palmer, we saw her in a match recently, and it's like, holy shit, she was incredible too.
Yeah. I don't like her. Danny Palmer, there's something about her that just...
Danny Palmer's fucking amazing. We just saw her in a match. She was insanely good.
What match?
It was like 2 weeks ago. She's the one that like she did like some like really like so
Oh, she was in the tag team match with Saruk.
No. I mean maybe. But I mean recently she just had a match. But she's like her in her offense.
And she carries a sword.
Oh, they're only going to do one match tonight? I thought they were doing two.
I got Jordan.
Kaylani's my choice as at this moment to win the whole thing. Ooh. Oh, she went for that through the ropes arm drag, but got caught. I like that though.
If you don't take risk, you're never gonna know.
I think the other reason at least Kaylani wins here is because she lost in the pre-show match against Blair Davenport.
Yeah. Crowd's behind Kaylani.
Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying this match, but I need a commercial break because I have to pee. Hmm. There's the through the rope arm drag. I really like that. I think it's just a really cool move.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of pointless. There's no point in going through the rope, but I mean, it's just cool. Oh, she was about to use MVP's old finisher.
Mm.
Which, by the way, he hates that move.
Yeah.
He hates it. All right. And Jordan wins. Nice.
I want to see what they do with Izzy in the future because she's got a similar style as Dana Brooke had, that strong woman thing. So let's see what happens.
She actually reminds me of a Rhea Ripley style. I'm pretty sure she'll face Jakara Jackson because Jakara Jackson's part of the metaphor.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll get involved and help her win. Oh, there's another women's match. So they're not doing another breakout match, but they're having a women's tag match.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Manipulative woman.
All right, I'll be back.
Manipulative. All right. Breaks. I hate the ads. I hate the ads. They pay the bills, but I hate the ads.
That is the most rich person commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Home and Glow, I was able to fire my old housekeeper. Oh, so you put somebody out of a job. Awesome.
Thanks.
You elitist prick.
BPGR.
Did you hear people booing Roxanne during that triple threat?
Possibly.
I don't remember hearing boos for her. Sean Rossap, he likes to live tweet his reactions to things during NXT. And
there might have been a couple.
If Lola loses here, she'll probably win her first match in the breakout tournament.
Probably. So Elektra is the cousin to one of my bosses.
Nice. Damn, that was impressive.
Mm.
Still curious why JC Jane wanted Chase U out there at ringside.
Manipulation.
No, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out what the manipulation is.
If they lose, because they were out there.
Maybe. Well, Thea's calling it right now. And you hear like those boos might have come. I just noticed from this crowd is that there's a section of the crowd that's contrarian. Your typical contrarian fans. Hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna root for the heel no matter what. We're gonna root against the babyface no matter what. So that might have been what he heard.
Could have been. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of Lola chants and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but it's from literally one section of the crowd. Hmm. John Cena going down to NXT next week for first week of Halloween Havoc. I'm excited for that.
nice. And yet, that's even more stuff to split Trick and Carmelo.
Yeah, I mean you can spin it any way.
I think right now that we're in the process of figuring out, or the everyone's trying to figure out who's going to be the face and who's going to be the heel.
I think that's kind of clear. Mello has to be the
Eh,
one to turn on Trick. It makes no sense for the guy who won a championship to turn on the guy who lost. In this case, Judgment Day, it
yes.
makes sense to turn on the person who lost. Wait, I thought she said she wasn't going to be here for this. And JD
I
McDonough
thought
was.
so.
Huh.
Can I just point out that Rhea Ripley has progressively gotten sexier and sexier every single week?
She just, she has grown so much as a competitor and within her gimmick now, and it's just impressive to see. We're gonna look up.
So Wrestle Talk TV just tweeted out next week on NXT we'll have John Cena, and next week on Tuesday as well, the same night will feature Edge's first AEW match.
Wow.
Well, they've got to fight against AEW in Adam
Wait a
Copeland's
minute.
first match.
Well, I mean, still, they're on Tuesday. They don't need to fight.
No, next week's in AEW's on Tuesday.
Is it? Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Cody Rhodes is coming next week to make a major announcement. You think he's announcing Jade Cargill?
I would say 90% sure of that. 90%. Yeah, Dynamite's on Tuesday next week for some reason.
That's weird. I wonder why they're doing it on Tuesday. It's so hard to get good face love like he's got right now. I think it'd be stupid to make Trick the heel in that split. You've got Trick so over right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be good cheap heat to have him go heel, but at the same time, it's so hard to get good face love like that. Eight minutes left in the show. Interesting to see how this goes, especially since Carmelo left.
And he left too.
Yeah. Oh, there's Finn Balor and Damian Priest.